want to say what's up to Chris. How you doing?
I'm good.
Okay. We have Bertmarx.
What's up?
Okay. And we have 78 Fight News.
Peace.
Yo. And Errol Jarrett.
Yo, what's up, man?
Okay. Who wants to ask the first question to the, you know what I mean, to the man?
Oh. Yo, Chris, what you been doing with yourself? Since you retired from boxing?
Man, I took like 3 years off, man. I wasn't, doing too much in the boxing scene. And now I'm ready to open a gym. Got a, internet boxing show come on every Thursday. Trying to get myself back involved in boxing. You know what I'm saying? And starting to train fighters. I'm heavily involved in boxing now. I'm back.
Okay.
It's great to hear, man. It's great to hear, man.
I want to ask because that you're a trainer. I'm just bouncing off what you're saying. Like, you had a great defense. Is that what you recommend that a fighter's, like, the nucleus of a fighter is good defense? Oh
yeah, boxing. What is it called originally? The art of self-defense. So, you want to have a great defense. You want to leave the sport, with all your senses. It's great to get in there and trade. It's fun, to trade and getting in wars. But a lot of times, man, it's a lot of damage that come with it. And of course, I'm gonna teach defense. That's one thing I truly know, and I honed when I was boxing. But at the same time, I know boxing. I know it inside out. I know style matchups. I can figure out styles. I'm like a mastermind when it comes to that stuff. So I'm gonna try to pour into fighters. What I have. I was a small guy, but a huge heart. I'm willing to fight anybody because I believed in my talent. I was gifted with talent, and I worked on my game. I watched a lot of boxing, so I studied a lot of styles and try to break it down. So that's what I want to do with boxers. Have them be a student of the game more than just a boxer. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of guys know how to fight, but they don't know boxing. It's a gift. When you know the game, when you get in front of somebody, you can read them like a book. It's guys like Floyd Mayweather and now Broner, Andre. Those type of guys can get in front of you, know how to win more than just boxing, fighting. They know how to win.
Yo, Chris, yeah. Sorry to stop even talking. You started off at 160, a middleweight.
Yeah.
So and then you moved up. You just moved up gradually. So you know what I mean. That's a lot of weight, like from 160 all the way up to the heavyweight.
Yeah, I was. I looked at the time. I heard rumors that guys like James Toney and Roy Jones, man, when you get to the top, they're gonna avoid you. And a lot of guys gonna avoid you because of my style. So I was like, forget that. I don't want to fight at light heavyweight or cruiserweight. That didn't interest me. I want to go where the big boys were. But at the time, Evander Holyfield was champion. And it was only two big heavyweights out there. Riddick Bowe, Lennox Lewis. It wasn't that many big guys. And then by the time I got to the top of the heavyweight heap, all the big guys came. So it was hard to keep the weight on. I mean, I did naturally. I wasn't a user, which is,
When you say user, you mean performance enhancing drugs?
Big time, and there's a lot of users in the division.
Okay,
oh yeah, this is a good topic right now, boy. So
that nobody talk about, but I'm not gonna oust them. That was their thing. Right. For me, I was like, I know you're a user.
You know who was in?
It's a rumor that you're a user, and in the boxing circle, especially of heavyweights, we don't know.
And you're talking about elite fighters, yeah?
I'm talking about the best.
Oh,
oh my God!
All I'm gonna say is Danny DeVito and Arnold Schwarzenegger, twins.
Nah, he's talking about the Klitschko. I know you ain't gonna say it.
Nah, he didn't say that.
Klitschko, it's the Klitschko.
I mean,
Ivan Drago.
They already said that they used to do it.
What's that?
I mean, one of the Klitschko brothers already admitted he used to take it, so Chris Byrd didn't have to say nothing. They already told him themselves.
That's right.
I'm not gonna rat nobody out. I mean, guys know what they do. Yeah. But the thing is,
maybe that's why they didn't friend me on Facebook, because it said take the test.
I'm like, hey, I'm beating somebody. I'm an artificial heavyweight. I'm beating somebody that got to use something to beat me.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
I'm a little cat. So I was like, whatever. That's more power to you.
Yeah.
You know, if you do it, you do it. It'll catch up with you in the end.
Yeah. So, yo, how you feel about when you beat up Vitaly and you stopped him on his stool, man?
I was actually surprised that, you know, in boxing, guys quit. I'm fighting to death. I'm a little cat. You got to basically destroy me. I mean, kill me in the ring. And I hate to use that word. I don't quit. You know, it was unfortunate that he quit, but it was a blessing for me. I got the win. I just try to move on.
Yeah, man, that was a big win because like right now you do yeah huge right now because obviously no one else even got close to even doing what you did. No one's even got close to doing what you did to him. Know what I'm saying?
It's gonna be a while. I mean, I told the brothers that they're gonna be champion till they 50. I mean, because they know how to fight. Different kind of skill set when it comes to those two, and you know, it's just a hard matchup.
Can I ask you a question though, Chris? I know they know how to fight, and there can be no denial of what they've achieved. But is it a matter of so much they can fight, or the competition is quite thin on the ground?
Well, the thing is, what competition? You know what I'm saying? It's funny. Everybody give Mike Tyson props. But who did he really fight? What was his biggest win? Michael Spinks. A blown up like heavyweight. You give all these guys, a lot of people give a lot of guys props because they say the era was great, but who did they really fight? And Ali era, great. I mean, the greatest era. I mean, you got from 1 to 10, and he fought everybody. But when you have an era of heavyweights where everybody don't fight everybody, how you gonna be considered great? And that goes with boxing in itself. You know what I'm saying? I don't care who there. My thought was, I don't care if it's Mike, Lennox Lewis, the Klitschko brothers, whoever. You could have got the greatest heavyweight considered of all time, Ali. If he in my era, I'm fighting. I'm going through. But if you consider guys great in that era, that we consider great, and they didn't fight everybody, and they avoided. See, in boxing, it's a lot of people. It's a lot of boxers that avoid guys and cut corners and do stuff, and it's a media hype behind them, and they disregard the fighters that can really fight, but they don't get no credit. It's like
the stuff I talk about on my YouTube channel. See, I just was a regular guy, just saying shit from watching boxing. Like, I'm not even in this. If I can see it, I know other people see it.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
it's more like they're selling an image instead of actually fighting skills. Like,
hey,
this dude his skills garbage. I seen dudes that can fight. Why is they hyping this person up?
Give me some names, Marks. Give me some names. Seth Mitchell.
Yeah.
They rushed Seth. I mean, that's a given. Every major fighter that know boxing, they looking at Seth Mitchell like, come on, man, y'all rushing him. You know, I actually feel sorry for the kid because he got put in a situation where now you gotta fight.
Yeah. But let's keep it real. How many gridiron players can really box in the history of the sport? They haven't really done very well. I think it's hard if your first passion was a different sport. I think it's kind of hard to be successful at a sport like boxing.
That's it. See, my thing was, I've been boxing since I was 5 years old.
Yeah.
No way in heck I'm going to let a guy that just started boxing beat me.
Yeah.
I
like that. I love the way you said that, man. That's just...
Okay. That's just, and that's me personally. I got too much skill. I don't care if he was 245 pounds and I weigh 200. If I weigh 195, you're not going to beat me. So... And that's what I'm saying with a skill set. When I get in front of you, I already know with my skills. I know at first he'd never hit me, and then it would just turn into fun. Then you would seen an outclassman, and that's what happened even with Jonathan Bates, who's not even a top heavyweight.
Yeah,
outclassed this big guy.
Yeah, I saw that with the David. What you're talking about, the David Tua fight, man. When I saw that fight coming in, because I saw you against Ike
David Tua,
and when I thought you was going against Ike, with David too. I thought, man, you gonna get the same medicine, man, and you totally outboxed him. Took his
brilliant performance.
Yo, man, you just took everything away from him, man, and that's exactly what you was talking about, man. You just totally took him to school, man. He was he was never the same after that.
Yeah. See, I was cocky with Ike. I can admit, I told Max Kellerman he ain't gonna hit me. I'm gonna lay on the ropes and he won't hit me. And sure enough, I got hit.
Yeah.
How good was Ike, Chris? How good was he? How if he had stayed on the right road? How good was Ike?
He would have been. I mean, he would have been a terror in the division. He'd been good, but see, people got to remember, the fight was even up until that point.
Yeah. You did have him frustrated.
This heavyweight boxing, I just got caught.
Yeah, that's true. You got caught for the times.
But I just got caught, went down, got up, got hit again, went down. It wasn't like he was dominating me, then he knocked me out.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's an even matchup. And when you fight guys your height, maybe bigger, but when they're your height, it's an easier style matchup. You got two guys in England right now with Tyson Fury
and Price.
And David Price, it's just a hard matchup for most heavyweights. So guys can look at their skills and be like, they're not that good. But once you get in front of them and then you got to try to hit them and they're durable and the skills are getting better, it's a hard matchup.
Mm-hmm.
It's a hard, when you get in front of that guy, it's just hard to fight for a smaller guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but in saying that, I saw Bermain Stiverne really put it on David Price and like... You see that, Chris? He let him lead and just slapped him all around the place.
Yeah, he did. Now, but as he mature into a heavyweight and knowing how to fight, it becomes different. You know what I'm saying? That's why Vladimir Vitaly, you got these guys that are tall. Are they that great in skill? Not really.
Nah, they're not.
Not the best skilled guys, but pretty intelligent in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
But they not use their height and reach now to the advantage. When a guy learned how to use his height and reach, Lennox Lewis, hey, Emmanuel Stewart did wonders with Lennox.
Yeah.
Simple. He just simplified the game.
Yeah.
I'm bigger, taller than everybody, height and reach. Now with Vladimir Klitschko, who used to pursue the knockout and get down on your level, now he's standing up tall, making every fight hard. So all the guys that he's fighting that are shorter, now you got to reach and try to get them. And as soon as he get close, he grab, referee break, and now you get back to distance again. So it makes the fight hard.
Yeah.
When you use this, that's a strength.
Definitely.
Height and reach. If you cannot use it well, how you gonna get beat?
Yeah. You are the perfect person to ask this question. The ideal person. Who's the better out of them? Who's the better Klitschko?
Style wise and heart, I mean, I'm gonna go with Vitaly. Punching wise, because in heavyweights you got that puncher's chance. That no doubt Vladimir Klitschko hits. I mean, he hit hard.
Okay.
Dude could punch. But, you know, with smarts, because I went and sparred with Vitaly, and I told him, I said, dude, you smarter than I thought. Because he kept adjusting every time we got in the ring. And I'm a hard guy to fight, especially spar with, because I talk trash.
Yeah.
You ain't going to whoop me in sparring, especially.
I didn't know that, man. You took trash when you sparring?
Oh my goodness, I'm the worst. I'm the nicest guy in the ring.
Yeah.
I'm the Christian guy. I'm nice, but we spar. I talk. Well, matter of fact, I talk trash in the ring, and nobody really noticed.
Oh.
I'm always to the guys I fight.
Yo, you get that from because you from Detroit, right?
I'm from Flint.
You from Flint. Okay, yeah, you get that from there. You get that from there? Like, did you go?
I got it from being cocky with my style, because I felt since I was amateur, I felt like this. Nobody can work with me. You ain't gonna hit me. So, you know, it's just that cocky, that cocky swagger, I guess. It was an inner cockiness.
Yeah. Oh man, you know, man. Did you know, man?
So Chris,
yeah, go on. No, sorry, go on, Marks. Go on.
No, that's cool. Chris, what do you think about David Haye, his skills?
Oh man, the one thing about David, good skills. I mean, kid can fight, but the one thing about him, he can punch like a mule kick. And so since he got heavyweight type power,
yeah,
it keeps him in every fight easy, because
mm-hmm.
he got a skill set better than everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
You know, for a smaller guy, and he can move, but he can punch. So he's gonna keep guys honest every time he get in the ring. he got a puncher's chance. So people gonna fear that. Plus, he got good skills with it.
Yeah.
You know, but when he fight the taller guys, and I'm telling you, it's like Vladimir Klitschko. You can talk trash, and you may look at him and say, "Oh, he's okay," and he get knocked out a lot. But until you get in front of him, every single person I talked to said the same thing. Man, I didn't know he was that big.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I can Drago. But Chris, I had a question for you. Back when Roy Jones defeated John Ruiz, among a lot of boxing fans, everybody was speculating that Roy might fight you or maybe hold to it. Why didn't Roy Jones Chris Byrd fight ever happen?
why didn't he what?
The Roy Jones fight happened. That.
Oh, why didn't ask Roy? Hey, my thing is ask Roy. Look, that made the perfect sense. I'm at the fight, me and my wife, and we're like this. He wins. I'm like, okay, I guess it's me and Roy now. This is the matchup. Hey, everybody discredited me after that. I'm like, this is unification from two small guys. Why wouldn't you fight me? James Toney, the same thing. Right when James Toney won, he won the title. Then he got busted. But when he won, he started talking Klitschko. And knowing he was going to fight Klitschko, but he talked that.
James is still talking about the Klitschkos.
Yeah, but he's still talking. That's talk. They never brought me up. Two, when they did bring me up, they discredited. I'm not worthy to fight. Everybody did that the whole career.
Yeah, Lewis didn't want to fight you, man. He saw I ain't fighting Chris Byrd. Man, he knew you was too much. He knew you were gonna be too tricky for him, right?
At that time, I mean, when you look at Lewis, look at the guys he picked to fight. Why wouldn't I be in that mix? I was rated higher than every single one of the guys he fought for a long time.
He gave up that belt to not to fight you, man. He threw a belt in the bin.
Look, Riddick Bowe gave up the belt not to fight Lennox Lewis. So he turned around and do this exact same thing, but they say nothing about it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, are you serious?
Yeah.
Are you really afraid that I walk around at 199 pounds when I'm not training. I put weight up when I go to training camp.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Why would you be scared of me?
Yeah.
But he seen something. Well, it's really, I talked to Emmanuel Stewart. He seen something. So.
Manny must have advised him, stay away from him.
Yeah, see, I know. I mean, I talked to Emmanuel Stewart. I'm like, this is inside boxing stuff. We talk. It's a small circle, man. The boxing world, as far as especially fighters. But we know who's good, who the guys you stay away from, the guys that can really fight. You know what I'm saying? We all talk. We know what's up. I don't care what the media say about it. It's the style matchup that's going to get in front of you. That's all it boils down to.
Yeah, it's like playing any sport. Like if you're a defensive back, you're like, I don't want to stick that wide receiver. He gonna make me look bad.
But you still have to play. You know what I'm saying? In boxing, you don't.
Yeah.
Especially you're the cash cow champion. Pick and choose who you want to fight. So, I never respected that because a lot of guys get left out. That's why I don't agree with one belt. Because a guy like myself would never fall for the title. Matter of fact, George Foreman won the title. He submitted a list of 50 guys he'll fight. And he submitted one guy he wouldn't fight. That was me. I'm like 15, 16, no. He didn't want to fight. I got that word up. This is crazy. That's what I started business of
this shit's really cutting up bad.
No, it's alright. It's like, what it is that you see what it is because there's all of us together. That's what it is.
Okay.
Yeah, Chris, you were saying, Chris. Go on, what you saying?
No,
can you say what you said about George Foreman again, just in case people missed it?
Well, I said he submitted a list of HBO of 50 guys he'll fight after he won the title. And one guy he wouldn't fight, and my lawyer called me and told me he didn't want to fight you. I'm one guy. I'm only like 15, 16 and 0 at the time.
Okay.
It was my style. It's the style matchup. A lot of guys through history don't fight the best guys out there.
Okay, so Chris, Now, a lot of people would have George Foreman as one of the greats of all times, and even you just said he submitted a list of guys he didn't want to fight.
Yeah.
Now, you hear a lot of people talking about Floyd Mayweather. Do you think he ducked people in his career?
Well, the thing with Floyd right now, he's fighting everybody. Gotta give him his props. I mean, you fight guys, you know, in their. I look at if you can fight a guy in his prime. You know, a lot of guys were a little bit past their prime because their era was before his, like a Shane Mosley.
Mm-hmm.
He probably would have got Shane, you know, a few years earlier, and then
Shane would have beat him, right?
It may have been a different fight.
Yeah, I think so.
No, he wouldn't have beat him. No.
I think Shane would have given it to him. That's
But Shane didn't want to fight him. Shane didn't want to fight him.
Nah, but he's the same. Shane. Yeah, Anyway, go on, Chris. You were saying, go on, Chris.
No, it would have been. It probably would have been a better fight, but you know, it's not Floyd's time. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and as far as size, and Shane got years on him. Started his career. You know, it's a 4-year gap as far as Shane is a part of the '92 era.
Yeah.
The '92 crew. Floyd part of '96 crew, so you get a jump on it, and you in your peak. And why would Floyd fight him then? You know, it's not peak time. But peak time to peak time, I go with Floyd Mayweather.
For peak, you go with Floyd?
I go with Floyd.
In the lightweight.
I go with Floyd Mayweather. It's a mental battle, man.
Yeah,
dude, it break you down mentally. It's a hard fight. And I love Shane. Shane is my boy. I mean, my boy. And I consider him one of the greats of all time because he fought everybody in their prime. He fought 2 guys he didn't have to fight. And he fought them twice. He fought Burt Forrest. He didn't have to fight Burns. And he fought Winky Wright.
Yeah, he didn't have to fight. Yeah, he didn't have to fight them. Yeah, he didn't have to fight them.
In his peak, in his prime. And willing to fight him because he wanted to beat him. So, dude, he fight everybody.
Yes, he does.
That's a fighter.
I would say that about De La Hoya as well. He fought everybody.
I'm gonna leave Oscar out. And Oscar was unfortunate in a way because you know he's a nice looking kid, and everybody hate him for it. You know, a lot of people. Well, he's a pretty boy. He can't fight, and he fought guys past their prime, but that's who was there.
Yeah.
But he fought guys in their prime. See, they don't give him props for that. Oscar, my Olympic team. I seen him as an amateur kid could flat out just fight. I mean, he could flat out fight. He was that good. But you know, he get criticized a lot. I'm like, for what?
Go back to the question about steroids. A guy asked you whether the guy put you in the spot. Do you think it's possible that the manufacturer has taken some type of performance drugs?
Man, I have no comment. I'm not going.
You see, you could have said no, Chris. You could have just said no and wrapped him. You said no comment, man. You know what I mean?
I got no comment. I mean, I don't know. That's he's doing his thing. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I mean, he's doing his thing. You have to ask. I mean, I'm not the guy to talk about. I mean, I just know that certain people was on stuff when I was boxing.
Yeah, all right, Chris. You know boxers and you know trainers and you know how boxers and how the human body works to a degree. How does a fighter move up from flyweight and fight up to light middle?
I mean, that's you know, hey, I got no comment.
Chris, look, you beat Holyfield when he was on steroids. You might as well tell us about that.
I honestly, I don't know, but you know, it's you know, you look at guys moving up in weight classes and you know, dominating. Hey, he might be that freak athlete. That 1 in a million. So
I mean, breaking people's facial bones.
Yeah,
I'm like, you know, I don't know. I don't even.
But
I got no.
In saying that though, can juicing really help you get that much more powerful? It might help them a bit, even if it. I'm not saying many, but any fighter, could it really turn you into a monster like that?
Look, the one guy who hit me to everything and I was very naive about it. I'm like, man, the drug test, man. You know, they got drug tests. He was like, man, forget that drug test. Everybody get past that drug test. And he'll tell you straight up, it's Jamil McCline. And he'll tell you straight up, dude is a genius on PEDs. So he hit me to it, and I'm like, hit me to as far as taking notice of what's going on in the division. So where I get my information with people was Jamil. Jamil is like a master. That's my man. You know, we're good friends, and he told me about certain stuff and told me to take notice of certain. I'm like, what? And when I started taking notice, I'm like, whoa. You know, it's all through sport. Take a guy like Lance Armstrong. You think he the only one that's using?
No.
No.
And he never got busted. Still haven't got busted.
No, his friend told on him.
If that's just one guy in one sport, how many other people? And why not my sport?
Yeah,
that's
well,
like,
good question.
It's part of the sports way. You know, that to me it diminishes everything all the legends of the sport did, because you breaking records that guys didn't use nothing, and they accomplish that. You come by and break records and do certain things, and you cheated, and you consider it cheater. So, you know, I just look at guys that use, if they are using, you're a punk, you're a cheater. Yeah. You know, you get it in the end.
But the cash incentives to cheat, though, is kind of like the financial incentive to cheat, though. It must be kind of, and you're probably thinking maybe the opponent you're facing is taking it anyway, so why shouldn't that?
Well, hey, you could think that, but you know, some guys, they're not taking nothing.
Yeah,
you know,
right.
matter of fact, I lived in Las Vegas, and when I first moved there, I got offered.
Oh, you actually got offered.
And believe me, it was actually kind of tempting because I'm so small. But the guy asked me when do I take my drug test, and so I said normally right after the fight. I'm like, for real? He was like, for real? I can get you so big and strong and faster for your fight. It'll be out your system before the drug test, so you'll be all right. And I was like, nah. If
Chris, you talking about drugs? So what you think? Mike Tyson. You reckon Mike Tyson took drugs?
Hey, I don't know. No comment. No comment.
Because that's what I'm saying. Because I'm thinking, you know what I'm saying? He was big and strong. What you're talking about makes you big and strong and everything. You know?
It even makes you more than that. I mean, sometimes that's one of the things that, you know, everybody look at big and strong. Sometimes, you know, mentally stronger, make you faster, make you just, you know, it's all different things.
Yo, okay, Shane took drugs when he fought Oscars in the rematch.
Did he? That's what they said, right?
Yeah, no, he admitted to it on the balcony.
He admitted. He need to take a testosterone. He took a drug to enhance his red blood cells and give him more stamina.
Yeah, but we talk. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just saying, it's drugs though.
Yeah, it's drugs. It's it.
Yeah,
it's a different thing like package.
Hey, I can say I'm clean. I was always clean.
I know. So what do you think Chris? What do you think the penalty should be for the drug takers then?
For the penalty?
Yeah.
First, a year suspension. You get busted again indefinitely. Because look, you're a cheater, man. Come on. You can't keep. Well, you gonna keep getting suspended? Keep doing it. You come back, win. Look, if I'm on something and you beat me, in a lot of fights, you're in a hard fight, you win, and I'm damaged for goods. I mean, that one fight, I'm done. Now you're gonna keep everybody else. That's just like I like Margarito, but with the hand situation, come on, man.
I was gonna say about that Margarito with the hands wrapped, yo. I think that the Margarito, that's the worst one though, right? That's the worst kind of cheating.
Hey, that's death.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Shocky Mosley had Nassim Rism in his corner because, boy, he would have got his face rearranged, boy.
Yeah. Chris.
Chris, can I ask you a question about Lamont Peterson had tested positive for steroids, and they made a big deal, but then Eric Morales test positive, and it's kind of like
it's alright.
It was the bad meat.
Yes, I don't know much about Eric because he actually fought. You know what I'm saying? So they're saying he tested positive, but then he didn't, I guess. So I don't know, really what's up on that whole thing because the fight went through.
He got his ass.
Yeah, but they canceled Lamont Peterson's fight and Andre Bertels.
Yeah, and Andre Bertels, yeah, for real.
Yeah.
And Tarba's been found out. Well, they don't even know what Tarba got. They don't even know what Tarba took. They just.
Yeah, I see that. See, I can't really comment because I don't know like all the particulars of what really went down. You know what I'm saying? And why they not fighting. So, my thing is, man, if you gotta go to that level, which a lot of guys probably do, that's what I'm thinking. You get busted, they should have stiffer penalties because, like I said, this is a sport where you don't play. It ain't nothing to play with. And then you try to get the upper hand and you using stuff and knowing that you bigger, stronger, faster than your opponent and you get away with it. Come on, man. We fight. And every boxer will see this. I don't care how much trash you talk in the ring. I'm not really trying to hurt you for life. I'm saying I want to hurt you in the ring because that's just part of the sport. But to damage somebody's life and you get all these extra things to make you better, that's what happens. So, it should be stiff penalties because, you can end up dead in this sport.
But isn't it a losing war though? Forget boxing, just recreational drugs, PEDs. It's a losing war. So I don't think Eric Morales is not the last case we're going to see. And maybe not this year, but next year.
Man, come on. It's a new breed of guys.
Chavez, man.
It's going to get more advanced. The PEDs will get more advanced. It's going to be so easy and getting to the point where they're going to try to legalize it, which they shouldn't. Just
make everyone have it.
So what do you think? What do you think about Victor Conte training fighters?
Well, he's training guys now. He's on the other side, ain't he?
Yeah, like being a nutrition guy. Like
yes, it's smart because he really can spot out. Who's using and who's not. He's the master at it. So if he can help guys, in the positive way, in the legal way, it's great. But now if you go that corrupt way, everybody trying to get an edge, and now you don't really see who really was the best. You know what I'm saying? Plus, who really the best? How can you go to sleep thinking you the best, and you use something?
You ain't took the test. You the best, and you ain't took the test.
I'd be right there. I'd be right in the ring if I needed to.
Oh man,
Chris, what's happened to the American heavyweight, man? How come America have just lost their grip on the heavyweight championship?
Yeah, that's a great question, man. That's a great question.
Yeah, it fell off. It fell off. I mean, but when you look at America heavyweight, it's the amateur program.
Oh yeah.
When the last time at heavyweight or super heavyweight, the last 2008 Olympics, Wilder won a bronze medal. And this is a kid that just started boxing, basically. He's just 6'7", so he's a tall guy. He wins a bronze medal. But from 1992, we didn't win a medal at heavyweight or super heavyweight. 96, they won a bronze at heavyweight. 2000, nobody won a heavyweight. 2004. So in the amateur program, they haven't been winning since 1988 when you had Riddick Bowe and Ray Mercer. So it's been falling off for a while.
Yeah. Are you going to help that out? Or you just going to...
Oh, Chris going to do MMA.
I can't deal with that. That's not me.
Oh,
I want to help it out, man. I mean, big time as far as developing young professional heavyweights and developing them a skill set that's unmatched. Because that's the thing. when we watch boxing, and you guys too, why was Roy Jones pound for pound fighter? You know, when he was boxing,
they said he took steroids.
It wasn't because of who he fought. It was because of his skill set. Because dude has skill.
Yeah, he did.
He really fight. He
Amazing
fought Dave
fighter. Amazing fighter. Just the incredible boxing machine. It has to be said, man. Like, you know.
Yeah, but because of his skill set. So that's with heavyweights outside of in America. You know, the last really great one coming through as far as a lot of skills. You know, a big man with skills, because we're in a big man era now. Was really Riddick Bowe.
Yeah.
You know, big guy with skills. So you got to teach that. You got to you got to retrain that and reteach that over and over, because we're the coaches that to teach it.
Riddick Bowe is, to me, what I'm not saying he's the best heavyweight ever, but if I was going to build a heavyweight, he'd have probably the most attributes to fill all the criteria.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yo, you laughing for, man? Yo, come on, Riddick
Bowe's
nice,
inside,
man.
He can fight inside. He can fight at range, uppercuts.
He can take punches, man.
Take a punch.
He got a real one to do the jab too.
Great jab. I'm not saying he's the best. I'm just saying, at his best, he was just very functional, man.
Yeah.
Chris is quiet. Chris is just quiet.
Chris is weighing what I said.
I know Riddick really good. I mean, my brother was on amateur teams with him. I know him really good. He was good. He was a good big man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a good guy.
Chris,
good.
How did you stay on top of like, I see we speak to a lot of fighters, and like managing their money and promoters and managers and contractual shit. How did you stay on top of that? Did you run for a lot of problems, or I don't know?
And you talking about a problem? Oh my goodness. Boxing, man. I mean, who is my promoter? I can't even say his name. He'll sue me. So
I feel it was that fat guy, ain't it? The guy from South Africa.
No, I had him for a second, but
Thingy Kushner, Cedric Kushner, you had him?
Yeah, I had him for a minute.
Yeah, shit, because he had Shane for a while as well.
Yeah.
Who you have after that? Who was that? The next guy?
My last promoter. That was
you can't say his name.
I'm not saying his name.
I'm aware. He's gonna get you in trouble.
Brother need a haircut.
Alright?
Brother need a haircut. Put it like that.
Don King, you talking about Don King, bro.
Don King.
It just took a lot of love out of the sport for me, man.
We was just talking to Wayne Braithwaite, and he's got an extensive contract when he won he won the WBC belt and the cruiserweight, and he's got contract still with him now. We was just talking to him, and he's still in contract with Don King. Don King kind of more or less destroyed his career. Like, he ain't getting fights and shit.
Okay, I won the title. I'll be the Vander Holyfield December of 2002.
Yeah, I got you on box rec right now. Yeah,
I have 5 fights from 2002 to 2006.
Yeah.
So
you had more than that though. But go on anyway. Go on, continue.
Including that, I had basically a fight a year.
Yeah, that's right. So when did you hook up with Don King?
What's that?
What year did you hook up with Don King?
2002.
Okay, and then from that, okay.
So
inactive, right? It's quite inactive.
Inactivity is the biggest robber of a career.
That's what Wayne was saying.
Yeah, that's what Wayne's saying. He's saying, like, I'm looking at box rec, I can see the gaps, man. So
yeah.
Oh, so before, so what? So when did you hook up with Don King? What, 2002 against Evander Holyfield, right?
Yep.
All right. So if you look before that, you can see you're quite active. It's 2 months, 6 months. You fighting 5 months, 4 months.
And if there's a gap in there, it's an injury that nobody know about. So if I had gaps in my career, like before I fought Ike, it's an injury that nobody know about. So you have that's why certain guys have a long gap, and you never hear about the injury. You just see the gap.
Yo, but you see, like, you got the IBF title. Is it because, like, you was just doing your mandatory defenses, or no? Because no one wanted to fight you as well, though. You know what I'm saying? So
but if you notice, I fought all of his fighters.
Oh yeah, Galore. Yeah, I got it. Yeah, Evander Holyfield. I don't know if
everyone.
Yeah.
So, and they were all put in place, and people didn't know that they're looking at how I looked in my fights, but they didn't know the crap I was going through before the fight. Because I'm self-managed.
Okay.
I just had a lawyer and my wife. So I go through all this crap, a bunch of just everybody that's with him. Braithwaite tell you, he'll tell you the same thing.
Yeah, he did.
So how do you go through all this crap and then you gotta go fight?
Yeah, that's what he said. He said he went to a fight without no trainer.
Yeah. So then you gotta fight. But see, to the media, we making an excuse. I'm not making an excuse, for how I look. It's just that's just reality. You got all this crap on your mind. I'm going in fights where I don't want to.
That's exactly what he was saying. He said he wasn't mentally right when he went into fights, and you just see a knockout.
Yeah, that's why he
lost.
Yeah, that's why he got knocked out. That's why he was getting knocked out.
But how can you fight under all this stress? Look, I fight Devera Williamson and get if people would know what I went through right before the fight, that man tried to get me stripped the day of the fight. I'm going through all this crap.
Yeah, go ahead. Tell us what you went through, man.
What's that?
You can tell us what you went through. We're listening.
I went through. Oh, look. First of all, I didn't know I was fighting until 5 weeks before the fight.
Oh shit! A heavyweight title shot. You the champion.
Look. 5 weeks before the fight, I'm champion, and I'm the co-main event to a guy that's fighting a 10-rounder. James Toney was there.
Oh man, this is sick.
I'm fighting on somebody else's show.
Oh my god.
So that should tell you how bad jacked up everything was. I'm heavyweight champion and I'm the co-main event.
Wow.
Wow, man. I'm getting.
Sounds like the same things that Wayne was saying.
Hey, everybody will tell you that. Everybody that's with him, that goes through it. That's what you go through. So. I better end it there before I'll be in court.
All right.
Yeah, I know.
So Chris,
he's not joking for real. That Don King's sharp, man.
So Chris,
yeah.
If your son comes up to you and says, "I want to be a professional boxer,"
ooh,
will you go tell him no?
Boxing. I love the sport of boxing, man. I love it. Yeah. I love the amateur program. How I used to be, but I love pro. And the thing is, I put it like this, if he had to go through what I had to go through from the very start, see, I started off fighting, I'm an Olympic silver medalist, I started off fighting in a nightclub because of contract stuff. I'm in a nightclub for my first, I fought at home in an arena, my first 2 fights, which was terrible. I didn't get paid. And then I fought 7 fights in a nightclub. Olympic silver medalist, while all my boys fighting on TV. Okay. Then I started getting the main, starting to get a little bit of exposure on TV. So it's a hard road, man. It's a long, hard road.
And the media try to kill you as well. They try to say you're boring and shit, man. They try to kill you.
I appreciate boxers that have technical skills. I don't necessarily like just like throw punches and stand in one spot.
You a boxing fan though?
Yeah.
I can't watch that. Just punch.
You like boxing because I appreciate all styles. I just sit back when boxing come on. When people say fights are boring, I'm like this. I see the skill in it.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is tight. And I'm gonna give you an example. Mike Alvarado fought Brandon Rios. Great fight. They were going back and forth. But then the Filipino kid after that. He fought the Japanese kid. I forgot the Filipino. I looked at the fight like, man, this kid is so sharp. He got hand speed. I watch guys' legs. He can get in, get out. Breaking this guy down. Break this Japanese kid down. A southpaw at that. And they were saying the Japanese guy, he's not fighting. He's not fighting because he's afraid. He's afraid to throw because every time he throws, he get countered. So they don't even see. But they don't see the beauty in Donaire. That's who it was.
Donaire.
See the beauty in his style and what he's doing. And I'm like, if you don't see that, you don't love boxing.
That's right. That's right.
He's breaking this man down, and people watch don't even know it. This man afraid to throw because every time he throws, he's going to get countered. That means I got you on lock.
Yeah.
I got you. So that's the beauty in style. So, but if people don't know boxing, or people that's commentating the fight,
yeah, that's another one. Commentating. Yeah, they don't know shit about boxing.
That's because they most of the time.
Before we go commentating in a minute, I just need to ask Chris one question. We go on commentating. Do you think boxers these days are fighting with less a grasp on the fundamentals and the technical nuances?
Certain boxers got that old school mentality and learn the skill set, just through amateur and boxing. Because my father says this about my style. Mm-hmm. I taught my son the basics. It's like riding a bike. I teach my son how to ride a bike, but I didn't teach him how to pop wheelies and ride with no hands and feet in the air. Yeah. I didn't teach him that. Mm-hmm. That was me. I picked up all my stuff from watching other fighters and trying stuff in the ring. Mm-hmm. So that's where, and then he guided me along and honed it for me. Mm-hmm. Just telling me to try certain things that I already was trying. Okay. So when you have coaches that know boxing and know styles, and that's the biggest thing, a style of a guy. And they always say style make fights, but what kind of style make the fight?
So what was you saying about commentating, Earl?
No, I was saying you can see obviously your mindset, and you've been in boxing all your life, and you got guys on let's be real now, HBO, not Showtime, HBO, and they be talking Larry Merchant, that Jim Lamptey, I don't know shit about boxing, yeah, and they be saying the wrong thing, and then you got someone like Manny Stu who knows what he's talking about, and they be trying to act like they know what they're talking about. Some of these guys in boxing, they don't know nothing they don't know shit about.
You don't know shit about boxing.
They don't know shit. They never been in the ring. They don't know the stuff you you know what I'm saying? They don't appreciate. Larry Merchant appreciates guys standing there and punching each other's head out, and he goes like that, more like a street fight. That's how he, you know what I'm saying? And because he's so influential, the guys, they actually think that's what boxing is, and that's not what boxing is about. You know what I'm saying? So people like you need I'm glad that you got your YouTube channel. I'm glad that you're talking to us guys nice, because we know about boxing.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, you watch a guy like Mike Tyson box, and if all that you get out of Mike Tyson when he was boxing is that he could punch, and that he can knock a guy out, you missed this whole game. You missed his whole skill set, because he's a short guy trying to break down a tall guy. Yeah. The way he get in, the way he could deliver his punch, the way he set you up. Yeah. That's the more important part, because that's what delivers the punch. So if you can break down how he get to the man, and how they can fear his power, and how he can break you down, then you know boxing, then you know his style. Instead of, Mike Tyson just walk to you and no, he don't. Yeah, no. Guys keep Mike Tyson at bay. Could keep a guy like Buster Douglas. They can say what they want. They try to avoid a guy like Buster Douglas every day. That's a hard style for Tyson.
It was always going to be a hard fight, because I saw Douglas twice before he fought Tyson. He fought a guy named Mike Williams, and he floored him about 4 times with his jab. I said, "What kind of jab is this?" The jab was like a hook. It was just powerful, and it was fast. So it was no fluke. It was no fluke.
And when he determined the fight, okay, this is my time. Shoot, I may have lost to 3 other guys differently and quit against them, but this is my time to fight. And see, we know those type of guys. For instance, Maurice Harris. When you watch Maurice Harris box, it's like everybody in boxing didn't want to fight. Dude was 8-8 at one point when he fought Larry Holmes. Older Larry Holmes, he 8-8, and everybody thought he beat Larry Holmes. Then he come back, he gets knocked out a couple of times.
That guy Jefferson knocked him out. That was a devastating knockout, man.
Williams, and he'll beat certain guys, and he'll get knocked out 3 other times. But he's the guy that you look at, man. If he's trained and he's serious for a fight, he a hard dude to beat.
Okay.
Like Dynamite Dokes.
A guy like who?
Michael Dynamite Dokes.
Woo! Mike Dokes, so nice.
Yeah, he was sweet, man. I've been watching these fights, so I didn't realize that guy is really good, man.
No, look, my father sparred with him. My father did.
Okay.
He sparred with Michael Dokes. My father was an old pro. Michael Dokes was 16 years old when he sparred with him. And he said, this young boy whooped my tail in sparring. 16 years old.
Oh, shit.
Wow.
Wow, man. Dokes was nice, man. But he just got caught up in the wrong stuff, and he achieved things too early. Drugs and all that stuff.
Man, the powder, that cocaine, that cocaine phenomenon in the 80s, man. Yeah.
He was Michael Dokes before his time. Kid got skills.
Yeah. Real, man.
And, so, Chris, tell us about your YouTube channel, which I'll be getting one.
Yeah, we will subscribe to that, man.
Bird's Eye View. Tell us about that.
Yeah, check it out, man. Every Thursday, I'm trying to put a new show on there. My thing is, I'm going to the boxers. Just talking to them, trying to get some inside stuff.
Yeah.
But at the same time, my biggest thing is round tables with fighters.
Okay, yeah.
I have 3 or 4, and we just go break down and talk about boxing and enjoy. One thing about boxing, where do we go? You'll see one guy on a network, maybe HBO, one guy on Showtime.
Yeah.
Sometime. But if you watch basketball, man, you see NBA players talking about NBA on all kind of channels. You see football in America, the ex-football players get to talk. Boxers, we don't get to go nowhere. You're sport. I love the sport. I know the sport. Why do I get a chance to talk about it?
Yeah.
We never get a lot of guys never get a chance. Maybe 1 or 2, 1, 2, or 3 sometimes.
Your channel was so needed. I tell you what, man, that stuff, what Paul Vadden, that was amazing. When he spoke about the Terry Norris fight and he related it to how God was trying to teach him a lesson to show him the way. Like he said, no matter what he tried, everything just deserted him. He couldn't. That was just deep, man. I was like, whoa. That was some shit. Amazing.
So, it's a boxing code. Sometimes boxers will open up more with another fight. Because I know what you've been through, man. I know what guys. This a hard road. That's one thing about boxing.
Yeah.
It's hard. A lot of us come out poor. You know what I'm saying? No education, to fall back on. But at the same time, I'm not dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I may not know nothing, but I know boxing. You know what I'm saying? I grew up in it.
Yeah.
So this is one thing I know, and I was taught very well. And then I taught myself even more when I moved to heavyweight. I had to study all these different guys because it was so new to me. Because one punch factor, man, these guys hit hard. I studied the game even more. I'm like, oh snap, I got to be on top of my game. So and then I started learning boxing, pro boxing, learn how to break guys down, know how to mentally, break them down more than physically.
Yeah.
So
you break them down in the press conferences, is in the meetings and shit. You be talking.
See, that wasn't me. I didn't talk trash. I like talking trash in the ring, but my thing was a mental thing. When I get in front of you, like I'm a left-handed, so my goal was to break you down as far as taking your jab away.
Right.
I get down and go over top of the jab. If I touch you with the jab, I can hit you anytime. Anytime you jab, I'm gonna take your jab away. Then I go into your right hand. I want you to throw it. Now you should tell guys, throw your right hand, throw it. I dare you. And when they throw it, I slip. I had the ability to slip. I slip and touch them to the stomach or come over top. Just touch them. I'm not even hitting them hard.
Yeah.
But it's you that, man, he can hit me almost anytime he wants if I throw a punch. So now I'm reading you like a book. Now I got you on lock. Every time you throw, I'm going to taunt you with something. So you throw. It's like when Donaire fought the Japanese kid. He didn't throw no punches. He was scared to throw. If he throw, he's going to get nobody else get hit. Who get knocked out? No, I don't care what. I don't care if you down 10 pounds. You rarely see a guy just open up and try to go for it. Who want to get knocked out? I got you on, and that's breaking a guy down in a fight, I know I can do anything. That's Floyd Mayweather for you right now. He can sit in front of you and don't have to throw that many punches. Early on, we could punch a little bit, but I'm going to counter you, I'm going to slick you, I'm going to trick your mind. I'm going to have you thinking that every time you throw, you're going to get countered. And that's what he did with Shaq Mosley after the second round, after he got hurt. He broke him down every round after that. Then it turns into child's play.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Chris, what do you think about Adrien Broner's future? Because I seen your video that you did about it.
Hey, at 23 years old, he's naming his peak yet. And if he keep working and don't get the head and start living the party life and it'll take years off your career, man, I'm telling you, he gonna do work. He's a smart kid. I look at more than just punches. His style, how he rolling off the shoulder, tricking guys. You know, I was saying that who did he fight?
DeMarco.
DeMarco, I thought he was gonna stay out there and touch him with his right hand because he's left-handed and keep it the fight boring and try to box him from the outside.
Mm-hmm.
But the Mexican in him just took over. He had to sit there and trade, and people criticizing the corner. That's the way he fight.
Yeah,
he like and trade. No way that's gonna work.
Yeah, they say when you get in trouble, you go back to what you know best.
You resort to what you know, and that's what he knows. So you gotta give the kid credit for fighting and trying to make it a fight. But man, Broner's just too much. You know, he's at a young age. He's very smart. Know how to use his legs. He can get in and out. Know how to use his shoulder, movement of his shoulder, hand. That's what you do. You hide the right hand when you use your shoulder, and you counter every time. I mean, it was a beautiful piece of work of breaking down a taller stuff. You know, I was like, wow.
Do you think that he should stay at 135 or should he move up to 140?
I mean, I'll make a defense. Then if it's big fights at 40, he feel he can fight at 40, which he look at that he can. Then you go into 40, and then you into some deep territory. You start dominating 40.
I don't think he should move up to 140.
I
think he should defend his crown. You know, wait until. Yeah. I know this is going to sound a bit cynical and tactical, but boxing is. You have to strategize your career. I think he should make some defenses, mature a little, wait until some of them guys get a bit older, and then pick them off.
Yeah,
I'm serious.
Fine news, what you saying?
It's everybody's time. But if you move up, and if you move up and you feeling you're gonna dominate, you fight the best.
That's right. That's why. Yeah.
You don't wait till cats get older. If you feel that, hey, I want to fight him in his prime.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm doing my thing. Mm-hmm. So let's do this. Let's make this a Hagler, Hearns, or Hagler Ray Leonard type match. Right. You want the big matchups, not the pass.
Yeah, but Ray waited until Hagler was old, didn't it?
So if he did move to 40, who would you, if you was like his manager or promoter, who would you see him fight his first fight at 40?
Rios, man.
Woo!
Rios, right?
I mean, I look at, he has nothing. If he fight Rios, it's got to be for elimination to fight for the title.
Yeah, you pick him up before he goes up to the title. That's an easy win for him.
It ain't that easy.
That ain't what? Nah, man. With what he did to DeMarco. And Rios just came into the division, and he got beat up by a thing. He's primed. He's primed to get a beat. He got hurt in that fight, man. He got really hurt.
But when a guy can punch in both hands, you still in the fight.
True that.
Because DeMarco is not a puncher. He's not a puncher like that. You know what I'm saying? I seen Brandon Rios spar. And not the spar, and this is sparring with Big Glove. And his sparring partner said, "Man, dude hit so hard. It didn't even like he was hitting hard." So I'm like, "For real, he hit that hard?" And then, in the fight, some people think he was losing or in a close fight, but you got that equalizer, punching power. Yeah. So it's not an easy fight when you can punch like that and you can carry it from 1 through 12. That's the beauty of the sport. You could be losing every round. You get a puncher like that could carry the point. Everybody can punch a little bit.
Kind of like Randall Bailey and Mike Jones fight.
Oh,
hey,
gosh, man, that was like, wow.
Oh, that was terrible, man. Shit.
Yeah, but you know, you getting dusted, and all of a sudden, boom, it's part of the sport. So you always in the fight. I don't care if you get dominated every which way, but if you still hanging in there, you got a punch of chance.
When he done that, all I kept thinking was when he knocked out Mike Jones, I was just flashing back. That just reminded me of some Julian Jackson-esque kind of punching, man.
yeah, really it did.
Wow.
Yeah, it is. That's the beauty of the sport, though, man. You got 12 rounds to work with.
Yo, Chris, who you got this weekend out of the Ghost and Berto? Who you got? Who you got winning?
I don't pick fight.
You don't make predictions.
Everybody used to come to me for predictions. The reason why I don't, because I started thinking about myself.
Yeah, that's all right. That's all right.
I don't know if dude injured. I don't know what's happening.
Yeah. You go in deep, right? You go into what's happening
but that's boxers.
Yeah, that's what I do.
You don't know what he's going through.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you see him in one fight, and then you see him in another. You're like, man, they ain't the same. He ain't look the same.
Yeah. That's why I said about Nassim Hamid when he fought Antonio Barrera. He wasn't the same. He wasn't the same fighter. Me and Beats be arguing back and forward about.
I'm not even gonna go there with you. I mean, it seemed obvious to me that he didn't fight nobody with that kind of skill set, and when he did, you saw what happened.
Me and Beats be arguing over, but I'm gonna skip that one. But yeah, okay, I hear you, Chris. I hear you.
So what do you think about Marquez Pacquiao 4?
Yeah,
it's gonna be a great fight.
A great fight.
Everybody. To me, it's the same fight you've seen.
Yeah,
it's the same fight. I mean, you know the styles. You know how you gonna teach us these old dogs these new tricks. Yeah, they may start off with something a little different, but you're gonna resort back to what you know. It's a hard matchup for both guys. Manny is erratic at times with his foot movement. They saying he got great foot movement. You wasted energy, but he goes back and forth. He can punch, and he got fast hands. Where Marquez cuts you in half. If you know it's his style, he cuts you right in half. So he making you reach every time. He's smart. He keep the fight patient because he can't keep up with him on the speed side. But he's a good counter puncher, so he cut it in half, and he allowed Manny to make a mistake.
Yeah, whose is that? Someone's
That's not mine.
Fight, but then it may be a little different. But I think I see the same, the same fight. But anybody can get cracked, knocked out.
So, because I was thinking if Pacquiao didn't knock him out, I don't think he'll get this decision.
Yeah, if it's close, if it seems close again. I think they'll lean towards Marquez because Marquez felt that I won the last fight. So
you reckon he's cashing out now? That you reckon they're using him now? Bob Aaron's using him to cash out now. They go, yeah.
Using Marquez? I mean, using Pacquiao?
Yeah, Pacquiao could. They're trying to. He's last wheel of the dice. They're just trying to make him on the last run and just make him. He gonna lose. They're trying to use him like a hoe now. They're trying to use him up.
Hey, everybody's like that. What I'm saying? You get to that point, that's just part of the sport. You use him if he win, if he lose, okay, you use him. If he win, you move on. You know what I'm saying? And try to move on to the Floyd fight if it can work. But it's just part of the sport.
You got Floyd winning that fight, right?
What's that?
Against Pacquiao. Who you got?
I don't pick fight.
No, good fight.
I can break down the style. Floyd to me is the hardest matchup in boxing right now.
Even right now, some people think he's shot, right? Like even when he fought Cotto, yeah, he was on the ropes. Yeah, I think he was just letting Cotto, get shots off and trying to wear him down. Like people think he ain't got the legs no more. What's your take on Floyd?
I mean, it's age catch up with everybody. I don't care what it says. You see, with age come, Roy Jones is a perfect example. You get knocked out by Tyron, then you get beat up and knocked out by John.
But don't you think that's because he moved up to heavyweight and he drained himself and he moved two divisions down? He moved 2 divisions down.
Wait, let me hit you on this.
I don't.
He weighed 193 for the fight.
Again, which one?
For a heavyweight fight.
All right, go on.
He weighed 193.
Yeah.
That's what every light heavyweight come down from to make light heavyweight.
Mm-hmm.
So how much weight did he really put on? He put on his walk around weight. So he wasn't that big. So everybody say he drained himself to get down to 75. Everybody drained himself. That wasn't no, that 18 pounds ain't that much.
Oh, okay.
That's not much weight. And so everybody, it's not like he came down from 215 down to 175. That's one thing. That's 193.
But in saying that, Chris, I'm not. I thought the weight affected you when you moved down to super middleweight.
Yeah, but I fought at 214 every fight.
Okay.
And lost the weight in 5 weeks. Roy had a whole lot of time. He knew the fight was up. And he's a little guy. He didn't come in at 210 or 212.
Right.
He came in at 193.
Yeah.
So you don't. He didn't look drained. So in the fight, he didn't look weak. He looked weak and drained. He looked like the same fighter.
He looked tired, but that was his fault of not cutting the right weight. Look, you look at every champion at 175 right now. Look how much they walk around now. They're not boxing. They probably weigh 190, 193.
Yeah.
What's the big deal? I mean, that's not that much weight. And all of us boxers talk about. We're like, we lose it all the time. What's the big deal about him cutting weight down to what? From 93 to 75. Everybody walk around like that.
Okay.
78. 78. Look, 78. Fire off something, man. I know you want to get in there.
Yeah, Chris, what do you think of Adrien Broner, his potential with 50? How do you think he'll do?
What? Wait. Adrien Broner, what?
How do you think Adrien Broner will do?
I heard Adrien Broner. You said he'll do what?
How do you think Adrien Broner?
Oh, Adrien Broner, good. Smart fighter.
Pound for pound best?
It could be. I don't go with the pound for pound stuff. I mean, it's like mythical. Who really knows who pound for pound? I mean,
man. Yeah.
Look.
Oh man, go on.
Pound for pound best. But you look at guys in 105 or 108. They fighting hard guys nobody know about. They don't get no credit. Guys get no credit all the time, man, because you in a big fight. What makes the big fight? Because they get publicity. Mm-hmm. But it's a whole lot of fights going on. And guys get no credit, do good. Pound for pound, maybe. I mean, we'll go back to pound for pound. Before you ask the question, before we go back to pound for pound again, why was Roy pound for pound best?
His skill set.
Because his skill set. I mean, is it big? Yeah. Now we're going about who people fight.
Yeah, but he beat Tony though. He beat Tony.
Okay. You beat one guy.
But
he beat.
He wouldn't fight Bernard Hopkins though.
He beat.
I remember Bernard. Bernard used to be on local TV over here all the time. He would. I don't know. They said it was about money, but I think he. After Bernard got some more experience, he ain't want none of that.
I mean, come on, man. It's the fight. Look, I'm a Roy Jones fan to the T. I mean, as far as boxing skill wise. Yeah. But man, you gotta fight. My thing is, you gotta fight some guys. I mean, you gotta fight a Gerald McClellan. You gotta fight a Tim Littles. You gotta fight a Frank Lyles. Who was there? Who was there at your time? If you avoid them, or Steve Collins. If you avoid them.
Frankie Lyles was difficult at his best, man. He was
look, he's fight, 3 left-handed. Come on, and was champion at the same time.
Yeah.
Where's unification?
Mm-hmm.
See, nobody don't know about that. They don't even put that stuff together. Come on, you pound for pound best.
Well, that's why I was making a video response to Blood Boxing about how do you weigh up the pound for pound best, and this is why I stopped doing it, because I started thinking, how do you weigh? Do you weigh up on what a fighter can do, or who he's fighting, or when he's fighting? I just said, I've got all these. I said, let me abandon this, because
I thought it was about title defenses and your wars and stuff, man.
That's not
long. If I had a promoter that's gonna bring up guys that's mandatory all the time, that's not worthy. It's all, you got 3 different belts. outside of the build you own. So you know you can bring up guys, or you beat a hard guy and bring up all these different guys coming up. You know, it's the game.
Yeah.
You fight guys that ain't really worthy. So title defense don't mean nothing unless if the guy can fight and worthy of it. Yeah.
I always thought Roy Jones needed to fight Darius Michalczewski, even though I thought Roy would have beaten.
Hey, everybody, you gonna have to. Boxing is a world thing. You gotta travel.
Yeah.
You travel. Hey, that makes you a world champion.
That's like Muhammad Ali. Yeah, I hear you.
That's right.
I'll fight you anywhere. That's my thing. I'll fight you. I don't care. I'm champion. Oh, I go to your hometown, whoop you there.
That's right. Floyd has never fought out of the country. Muhammad Ali done it numerous times. Sugar Ray Robinson, I think, he fought in England once.
Yeah, Roy Jones never came out the country either.
Yeah.
Only now he does. Only now he has to.
Like Carl Frutch has come out of Denmark, America.
Roy's supposed to fight Kimbo Slice, right?
They canceled that fight.
Hey, you guys, I gotta go.
Oh,
all right,
man.
all right, champ. We're gonna talk to you soon, yo. Thanks for the interview, man.
Thank you.
Chris, it was brilliant, man. Yo, Chris, just tell them about the YouTube channel before you go again.
Hey, YouTube, chrisbyrd.com. Check it out every Thursday. New show. You can check it out at chrisbyrd.com or follow it on YouTube also.
Okay. All
right, man.
I'll put a link in the description
Great
box
show.
as well.
All right, thanks, Chris. Yo, thanks, champ. We talk to you.
Yep.
Yeah,
No
shame
problem.
you had to go, man. I could have spoke to you for hours, man. It was great.
Later.
Brilliant.
All right,
Peace.
man. Take care, bro.
Okay.
Yep. Bye.